Alright, so how Mountain House Mondays works is we have a contest every 2 weeks. This week we're giving away a number 10 can of rice and chicken. All you have to do to participate is leave a comment, like, and subscribe. The winner of last week's contest is going to be announced at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So today we're reviewing the Mountain House chicken and rice. Now this is one that I've had before on numerous occasions, so I know what it's going to taste like. But just for the sake of doing the video review, we're going to do it right here for you. And today we're going to be using the Emergency Essentials Hydroheat packs. How that works is it uses a chemical called quicklime to basically cook the food in this contraption here without using any flames or combustibles. So it's considered a flameless cooker, very much similar to the technology that MREs utilize. I'll post a link in the description if you're interested in some of these Hydroheat heat packs. I think that they would serve a function not only in everyday purposes for people who are on the go and perhaps don't want to use a portable propane stove or something like that, but in terms of SHTF, one of the major issues, and I've talked about this before on previous videos, is containing the smell of certain foods. So Mountain House already does that because this is a mylar bag. What happens is you pour the water in the bag, it rehydrates the freeze-dried food, and basically it contains a lot of the smell in there. The great thing about this is that there's no cleanup. That's a huge benefit, especially when you're camping. And trust me, I've tried other brands recently just to compare to see if Mountain House was really what it's all cracked up to be, and it certainly is. It's probably one of the better tasting freeze-dried foods out there on the market. This in particular, the chicken and rice, is the reason why it's so good is because there's 810 calories in this bag. So there's 3 servings of 270. That's a sizable amount for Mountain House as far as Mountain House goes. Usually these freeze-dried packs contain up to 500, 600. This one you get a lot of bang for your buck, and it's chicken and rice, so like I say, you can't really go wrong. So what we're going to do with the Emergency Essentials heat pack is we're going to get our water here. Got our water ready to go. And this one requires 2 cups of boiling water. So what we're going to do is we're going to first put our quicklime in the bottom of this canister. Looks like it's just enough to get all that good stuff in there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit of water in here just to activate that quicklime, and we're going to put this on top. Actually, I should probably pour a little bit more than that in there. Make sure we get it to a good boil. And we're going to pour this water in here. So see, our quicklime is activating. Make sure that's all nicely submerged. Put the lid on it. The boiling water underneath is going to boil the water within the tray, and that's going to cook our food. This quicklime is active for up to 30 minutes. The only downside to using this Hydroheat system is that you don't have the no cleanup factor because you're going to have to wash this out afterwards. But it's very easy to wash out, in part due to the fact that there's no flames, so there's seldom anything that gets crusted onto the stainless steel pot that goes inside this thing. So once again, you do have a chance to win a number 10 can of rice and chicken. Probably the one that's most chock full of calories. If you're into just calories, calories are king. This is one of the things you might want to have to supplement your staples of beans and rice. I've made a video of how to do that with mylar bags. I'll post a link right here in the description. It's good to have a variety of different options to cook food in a shit hits the fan situation, because if you're always resorting to the barbecue or you're always going outside, what you're probably going to do is attract a lot of attention to yourself. When you consider the fact that in one of these disaster scenarios, there's going to be a lot of desperate people. And it's sad to say, but you may have to put your family first in terms of prioritizing who gets fed. And you don't want to make yourself a target by standing out like a sore thumb by broadcasting to the entire street that we have a lot of food that we're cooking on the barbecue or boiling outside or whatever. So that's where something like this would come handy, is that you can cook inside. There's none of the risk that you would associate with a flame-based heat source, so it can be used anywhere. And it's just a neat little product. I don't use it too often. I don't tend to use it on camping trips because camping, you really don't need something like this. It's much easier to just eat out of the Mountain House bag for that. But this can definitely be something which is useful. So we're just going to open this up and stir it a little bit. Freeze-dried food's getting a little bit warmer. Let's give that a little bit of time and we'll come back when it's done. Alright, so as you can see, that quicklime is really activated now. Blows steam out the sides. So you gotta be careful because you can get burned on this thing if you don't use it properly. Has a neoprene sleeve on the outside so you can pick it up. It's not hot. Top is a little bit warm, as it should be. Starting to thicken up a bit. As always, we have the Mountain House quote of the day. Not sure if you can see that there. This one says, "You gotta be careful if you don't know where you're going, because you might not get there." I've also heard it said, that was by Yogi Berra. I've also heard it said, you gotta be careful if you don't know where you're going, because you might get there. Interesting. Always have a destination in mind. Alright, I think this is probably done now. So let's see what we got. Of course, I have my emergency salt. I love salt, even though there's a high sodium content in here. Now, if you look at this, this looks very good. It looks very appetizing. There's a little bit of excess moisture in there, but nothing that I'm too worried about. So let's see how it tastes. You know, it tastes like rice that was cooked in a chicken noodle soup. See how the chicken texture is. I mean, the chicken texture is absolutely delicious. You really can't go wrong with Mountain House chicken and rice. The Hydroheat Cooker is really good too. I mean, it works. I think I would like this recipe more if they threw in just a few veggies. Just a few green peppers or onions or something like that. Not a lot of chicken. I think there's only, in the whole bag, there's only like 20 grams of protein. So that's probably where you're saving your price. So you get most of your calories from rice. Rice has a bit of protein also, but it's not a complete protein. So you need that meat to get all your essential amino acids. I think rice contains quite a few. If you pair rice with beans, then you have the full spectrum of amino acids that you need to survive. Now, when you're out in the bush, you've been working all day, doing bushcraft stuff or whatever, you eat one of these and the taste value is probably going to go up significantly. Right now, I'd probably give this 7.5 out of 10. It's no pepper steak because you don't have the wide assortment of veggies and the steak, of course, which is plentiful in the pepper steak package. But it's a 7.5 because I could eat this every day and probably not get too sick of it. I shouldn't say that. I probably would get sick of it. But it's a lot better than just eating plain old beans and rice. The rice has a good texture to it. Doesn't taste overcooked, overly soggy or anything like that. Has a bit of a finer crispness to it. I'd say it could use a little bit more spice. So as usual, I'm going to add a little bit of Mrs. Dash to it. Spice it up a little bit. Now this is one of those ones that is not going to be as good to pair with your staples because it already is a staple. It's mostly rice. This is one you're going to probably want to eat standalone now that I've had a chance to refresh my memory as to how it tastes. It's probably going to be a standalone item, but it's one of those things that's going to be better than just eating plain old rice. So yeah, I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. And stay tuned because 2 weeks from now in the next installment of Mountain House Mondays, we're going to be reviewing the chicken fried rice. Congratulations to the winner, who I'm going to be announcing in about T-3 seconds. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out. Alright, so we're going to draw for the number 10 can of freeze-dried pepper steak, one of my personal favorites, and scored a 10 out of 10. So who's the lucky person going to be for this? So we're going to go over to the YouTube random comment picker. That is going to calculate all of the comments. Looks like there are 718 comments, a phenomenal amount of comments for my videos. And so it's going to go through all those, and we're going to select one here. Who's it going to be? David Johnson, love Mountain House, great for backpacking, and if you can afford the price, great to stockpile. I agree. We don't have the pepper steak option in South Shore of Massachusetts, I think that is. I'm Canadian, sorry. Good luck to all. Yeah, well, number 400. Comment number 400. David Johnson, you are the winner of the pepper steak, so I hope you get a chance to sample it, and I will be sending you a personal message. I'll try to get a hold of you. I'm probably going to have to sift through all the comments now and reply to your comment, unfortunately. Congrats once again. Don't forget, all you got to do, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You never know, you could be the winner. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.